Sensible thinking on patients. Sensible thinking on patients.
Gordon, you're a member of STOP.
I am.
And can you tell me a little bit about STOP and what it's all about?
Well, STOP was created by a group of local people concerned about the plans of the NHS Property Services to bring residential development to the former hospital site in Westbury. STOP members do quite passionately believe that that is a site of intrinsic community interest and value, and would like to see that facility used for some sort of community benefit, if not health benefit, in the long run. I think what people will have noticed is that we've just come through quite a horrendous winter in terms of health issues, probably because it's been such a mild winter and bugs haven't been killed off in the way they would. The upshot of that is that so many people are now reporting to the A&E at the Royal United Hospital and other places. So great is that number that their ability to release people out the other side back to home or back into care is severely compromised, creating blockage. It appears to me, therefore, that what has occurred is that a very serious gap in the health model has occurred, particularly around the issue of intermediate care. Now, intermediate care is that transition between acute care and then care provided in the person's home. It is kind of care which is involved whereby the person no longer requires such acute care facilities, but their care needs are still so sufficiently serious that they need a little bit more than being in home itself. Now, the West Wiltshire Hospitals did once specialise in providing that intermediate care, which has been lost within the health model per se. And what I fear is that these black incidents which occur within the acute hospitals will continue year in and year after because of that gap within the health model itself. Now, my vision, I think, for the use of the Westbury Hospital site might be a kind of health community which really could be comprised of a series of units or properties for rent by older people surrounding a transitional care unit of, say, about 10 or 12 beds, which people can be either assisted both in their homes within that unit, or people can be transitioned from the RUH or Salisbury District General Hospital or the GWH or wherever back into the Westbury community, and that unit would be available to all elderly people through the community as their needs demand.
That seems to be quite I've never heard of that before, but there may be examples. That seems to be quite a revolutionary way of dealing with old people in the community.
Well, we're all getting older and getting older and living longer, and that again is another feature about what happened this winter, and that the frail elderly have become ill. And in becoming ill, they've clogged that system. So my challenge to government really is to ask them what they're going to do about replacing that intermediate care which I described a moment ago. Now, it is a radical stance, but it is a stance I've seen elsewhere. In America, for instance, I've seen this model replicated very often, and I think it is a model which can suit very well here in a community which is becoming increasingly aged.
Gordon, we are going to have in Westbury what they call a town meeting. Can you tell us something more about that?
There is an annual town meeting at the end of April or the beginning of May every year, and that meeting is largely the meeting with the council, with the public, in the guise of the mayor. So the mayor will invite the public on the 27th of April this year at 7 o'clock to come along to the Laverton to tell the council really what the people would want for the ensuing year. Opportunity on the 27th also for you to come along and say, hang on a minute, what about the hospital site, this site of intrinsic community value? Why are we allowing this to be used for 72 houses? What about other uses? What about meaningful and proper consultation that could and should have happened in the first place? So what is the town council going to do about that? These are legitimate questions, and questions which really the public should be putting to the town council. Most town councillors are community councillors, and they are very passionate about the community. That is most, not all, but most are, and most people have great sympathy for the STOP project. I hope that sympathy will grow into action.
Well, thanks very much for the interview this morning.